after two great races in Talladega and of course the season opener at Daytona, we get things going for the third race of the season here in the full Send SuperSpeedway Series. This is race number 3, the Wendy's Biggie Bag 180-kilometer event, and we are getting things going in qualifying right now. River Page going to be top of the board. Great run for him so far. Atlanta reconfigured. We've seen it quite a few times on this channel, but this is the first time we're going to a track under 2 miles in this championship pursuit. Of course, Daytona 2.5 miles, Talladega 2.66, the biggest on the NASCAR scene when it comes to an oval. And now, as qualifying is underway, the 1.5 miles is on the move, and River Page is going to be as well. Comes out of the apron, using it all the way, going right to the Geico restart zone word mark, and makes it there. And River, from now 7 on the board, going to be able to climb his way back up into 5th. Jacob Wilkerson, last week's winner, is the driver at the top of the board. That number 043 machine going to be top with Chase Schaefer in second. Schaefer backing it down right now as Cash Cope going to be in his second lap. He's going to be 11th so far on the circuit. You can see James Bomar now in that 47 machine going to be in the number 41, of course. Now it looks like on timing and scoring it's going to be a bit different, but Bomar is there, and he's going to be position number 10. Top 10 so far, not bad, and we have a total of about 20 drivers as Gavin Austin gets on the track. And the first time we've seen him here in qualifying. Wendy's stepping on board to sponsor. Now, it might not sound true, but originally this race was going to be named the MSC 180-kilometer. But thanks to the support of the Austin family and Wendy's, we're able to bring to you a sponsored event here for the third race of the season. Great to see sponsors on board as Gavin Austin goes way high and drifts it up after his second qualifying laps get started. That's going to be it for his qualifying run as Michael Deitch in the number 5 machine has a bit of a more subdued color palette, not as saturated. If you see it, it's going to be a bit darker than what you see in the real world. Kyle Larson, and Deitch takes it down for his first lap's conclusion. He will be lining up in 13th, now 14th, as a result of that lap. Joaquin Stewart, owner of the F4L Cup Series, on his way, and a beautiful number 16 with the Empire paints, self-designed for Joaquin Stewart, and currently going to be position number 16 on the board with that number 16 machine. Beaver Serrano in the Menards, number 88, has not gone out. The 66 going to be there, as Sean Rowe in the 99, your thumbnail car, now going to be able to take his first lap and put it up into 19th. Michael Deitch going to be 15th as he comes across the line this time by. Will he be able to improve? This time it looks like he will. Going to be 12th on the chart as Sean Rose going to be in position 16. Joaquin Stewart coming around as he's ripping that apron, and Gavin Austin looks to be done with his best lap, putting him in the 10th position. 6 minutes remain in qualifying. Nate Wilson, Beaver Serrano, Daniel Moore has gone out. As a matter of fact, Moore's the exception. It's taken 4 qualifying laps, none of which count, but it's going to be Wilson, Jackson Carr, Beaver Serrano, Cooper Nash, and Ethan DeWeldy, the drivers who have not yet taken one around the circuit. Gavin Austin now going to be 11th as one's going to take it way high. Joaquin Stewart qualifies it in the 6th position, and the number 16 looking good so far, and he's going to put himself back up there almost in the top 5 on debut this season. Michael Deitch going to be riding in this time through as well, and he's going to be 14th on the board, making his way back into pit row. Now we're going to have a brief intermission. It seems like by 4 series, the drivers are not yet ready to go on to the race, and we still could have drivers show up in qualifying, so things are not final. And it's going to be for the driver, the number 5 machine, Michael Deitch, position number 14, the only driver on the track. Jonathan Leager going to be in the chat as well. Thank you for stopping by. And he's going to be number 28 machine there in the 13th spot. Jackson Carr still not on the track. He should be the next man out, but the majority of the field has been on its way. So as we wait, we're going to see who we can get a word with, although it looks like not many guys available for comment. Michael Deitch still on the track right now as our field has been mostly set. And Deitch gets back on the track. I guess he's watching the stream here as he gets back on the move. So we do have a driver on as Jackson Carr makes his way on as well. Carr is there, and it looks like the American Eagle going to be on the front of that 23 as he blinks out just a bit. And now having connection troubles as Michael Deitch going to be steady. Looks to be on the track as Jackson Carr is a bit of an issue there. Might have gotten disconnected for a moment. And he's still blipping in and out. So not sure if Jackson Carr is taking a lap now as Michael Deitch goes for lap number 4. And in the NASCAR S qualifying format, rather in the iRacing S qualifying format, these guys only take 2 laps time. Jackson Carr now going to be on his way in the built number 7 machine. Shades of Corey LaJoie with Aspire number 7 on the side. that beautiful red, white, and blue machine. He's going to be 17th on the board now, 18th on the board, as Chase Schaefer second to Jacob Wilkerson. Wilkerson, last week's winner in the second race. I came home as the winner of the first, but that one is the only one that counts on points. It looks like a miscalculation. Jacob Wilkerson would be in the top 5 of the point standings if the night race at Talladega didn't get counted. As currently, coming into this race, as a matter of fact, I'm second in the championship standings to Sean Rowe. That's sure to be edited, though, as Jacob Wilkerson should be up there in the top 5 following tonight's calculation of the points. We'll go over it as the admin team will be on its way. CorvetteC8.R going to be there in the chat as well. It is Donda time, and it is Jason Dodonna. Great to have you. Been a while since we've seen you on the track, and it's going to be great to see Dodonna on the move. Right now, though, it's Jackson Carr on the move, going through the 3rd and 4th turn here at Atlanta, and we have a great field and a great crowd. 13 viewers in the audience so far here for the afternoon showdown, and a spectacle it will be shown in due time. Jackson Carr going to be putting it 18th on the board right now. CJ Allman going to be the newest driver to load in, and Ethan DeWeldy there as well. So we wait to see if the final 6 drivers here will take a lap. Jackson Carr, the last of which. Let's take it on board with the driver of the number 7 machine, as it looks like Redon there in chat has not been on iRacing since December. Well, great to have you. I was wondering where you went, and now it's time for the driver of now. Looks like the number 24 to come back in style. 3rd on the board so far for Dodonna, as it's going to be Jackson Carr going right up to 2nd and knocking all but Jacob Wilkerson. And the 23, always great in qualifying, and that is a run with no difference. Jackson Carr going to be 2nd on the board here in Atlanta, and he's going to back his way down as Michael Deitch still on the track here, and we will get your starting grid on your screen. Now, once again, courtesy of Puffer Zone Network, as we continue to work on the Fireball Talks NASCAR starting grid. This is, once again, brought to you by the great folks at Puffer Zone Network, your starting grid for tonight's event. Michael Deitch takes it down to the apron, and our starting grid, besides the drivers that have not gone on, is set. I don't think there's enough time for drivers to get one more in, so here we have it. Starting on the first position, it's going to be Jacob Wilkerson with a 31.578. Jackson Carr going to be in 2nd, and it's going to be right behind him, the driver of Chase Schaefer in 3rd. Qualifying is over, and Jason Dodonna is going to be in 4th. Jason Dodonna is it's going to be a change in the order with James Bomar in 5th and John Smith in 6th. Position number 7 going to be Joaquin Stewart, and River Page is going to be in 8th. Rounding the top 10, it's Corey Lyles and Skylar Harrod. And then it's going to be Landon Gentry 11th, Gavin Austin in 12th, and then Sean Rowe in position number 13. From there on out, Jonathan Leaguer going to be in that 14th spot, and then it's going to be, it looks like we just close it out for some reason there. More drivers on the hunt. From 14th on back, it's going to be Michael Deitch in position number 15. And then Cash Culp in 16th. Connor Asbell going to be 17th on the board with Carson Freeman in the 18th spot. And Ethan DeWeldy in 19th. Beaver Serrano makes it up to the top 20. And it looks like from there on out, we will have Cooper Nash in 21st. CJ Allman in 22nd. And rounding out your final 2 drivers, Daniel Moore and Nate Wilson. And there you have it, 24 drivers getting ready to take on the 1.5 mile miniature super speedway, and Jacob Wilkerson is on the track. Let's get to the show here in the Big South, Atlanta, Hampton, Georgia, and we will get ready to roll in just about a minute's time. The drivers already geared up for 75 laps of racing action in the Wendy's Biggie Bag 181-kilometer event, and it's an event to remember. 180 we rounded it down to, but there should be about an extra kilometer on the final run through as the 43 goes with the 7, this time by Wilkerson and then the 7 machine right there with them as we go green for the first time here in just about a lap's time. Wilkerson there with Jackson Carr, Jason Dodonna in the Jeff Gordon number 24, and Dodonna back on the scene here. Nice to see him back. And Chase Schaefer not running the usual 99 according to timing and scoring. He is the number 21 for tonight's event. However, representing Monster Designs, and that beautiful number 99 comes back in its form physically, digitally represented as man number 21 in this server. Jackson Carr going to be in that number 7 on timing and scoring, and actually the 23 on timing and scoring, but you can see on the car the 7 there as well. Great paint schemes, great drivers, and we're looking forward to a great show as the PBR guys get to ride 1 and 2. Although Jackson Carr looking to take an end-of-line penalty. Teamwork between the guys in PBR, it is incredible. And here we go again. Wilkerson, 43. And then Jackson Carr right beside him. We saw PBR got their last Super Speedway win with Max Molina at Talladega. An incredible victory for them. Dominance all the way And then we go with John Smith going down to the inside line. This one will be led by the 43. Diving on to the inside line, this time by the iRacing official pace car, ready to go green, green, green. This is going to be Jacob Wilkerson leading them down. This time through 75 laps in the Wendy's Biggie Bag 180 kilometer, led by Jacob Wilkerson. Let's go racing from Atlanta. And everyone looks to be nice and situated so far. Jacob Wilkerson has that edge as their double file right behind him. The 99 machine of Chase Schaefer going to be there with Jason Dodonna as their double file with the inside line getting stacked up just a bit. And lines already having a few changes in momentum. River Page now leads the outside as Chase Schaefer gets it right underneath the Jason Dodonna machine. Now a big thing about the next gen coming within the next week, it's going to be a big update to their drafting package. iRacing says they'll draft much better, they'll drive much better, and right now this could be the final race we do without that package. Week 13 an iRacing season schedule, and every 13 weeks the biggest update of the season comes out. Cautions out 2 laps in though. That's going to be for Cooper Nash, and a big wreck here with the looks like the 48 machine Jackson car there, and we will take a look as CJ Allman goes down and around, and this will be a half-minute replay to get an instant word on what just came out on the surface. You can see there's CJ Allman right there, going to come right in front of Cash Cope, and he's got the field in his hand. Not necessarily all of it, as he flicks one driver up. That's going to be Daniel Moore, who goes way high there, and you could see a big-time incident. Jackson car going to drive right into there. Daniel Moore there, and it's going to be Jonathan Ledger who takes the biggest hit of them all. Let's take it back. 15 seconds, he goes right into the wall, gets into 24, and he goes all the way around. His Dodge Charger gets all charged up and releases it on the field. That is going to be a big one, and we're going to try to take a look at how that wreck caused itself as the 28 machine goes up high, gets into the wall, and then tries to get right off of it, and the 72 machine tags him. It just looks like the 28 lost control there, and that's going to be the word for the race control to focus in on. The 72 right there, 28 got himself into the wall. That's going to be wreck number 1 on the night. Jacob Wilkerson leads, and then in second, James Bomar with Chase Schaefer in the 3rd spot. And we try to report that one to race control to make sure they know what's going on. Gavin Austin, head of race control for tonight's event, doing a great job, and we're glad to help him. Josh Williams there, and let's see what his request is. Although it looks like it does not look like he's trying to get a point of view. Power is out, and Josh Williams not racing with us tonight. Very unfortunate. We hope to have you whenever we go back into the action, as James Bomar going to be side by side. We are 1 to green already, a fast yellow, as Schaefer going to be there with River Page. Double file they are. Corey Lau is going to be in 3rd, and the 24 machine of Jason Dodonna still there in the 6th spot. So we get it going. 4 laps in out of 75. Everyone is still going nice and steady, and it was not too much trouble. Thankfully, the back of the pack going to be able to situate itself. One driver is taking a fast repair. That is going to be Daniel Moore in the number 20 machine, and Jonathan Leisure going to be there getting himself back on track, although it does not look like he took a fastie that time through. Timing scoring saying otherwise, so it looks like everyone besides one driver has not taken a fast repair so far. 4 laps into the 75 as we get this thing going once again, led by Jacob Wilkerson and James Bomar right beside him. Let's head back to the iRacing official pace truck, gonna make it in this time through, and the 43 on its way. Fans on their feet already as we go green once again here in Atlanta. Let's go racing, led by the number 43. We are back underway. And now it's going to be James Bomar blinking immediately. Not a good sign, as he's going to have the first blink of the night up front. We saw Gavin Austin might have been blinking in practice earlier, but it looks like the 41 machine out in front is having a bit of trouble with his connection as well. We'll take a look at that as the night goes on. Some drivers sometimes don't have the best internet. Big block there. Wilkerson goes as high as he does. Chase Schaefer, to say the least, and they go down low at the same place. But it looks like there's going to be side by side now. What a block, and that could have been disastrous as River Page pushes Wilkerson out up front, side by side, and James Bomar going to try to take Chase Schaefer 3 this time by. He will, and now looks like the 43 out in front with a new man in second as Chase Schaefer getting ran up high by Jason Dodonna. Donna's going to go around. Big wreck now. Multiple cars. Cash Cope going to go around. The 3 machine there as well, and this is certain to bring out yellow number 2, and that it does. Dodonna going to be the cause of this one. The central point around the 24, and we take an instant replay on the matter. You can see Jason right here. And Chase Schaefer, who was forced 3, was in the mix as well. So we'll take a more in-depth look at what just happened as the 24 goes up high with the Monster Designs number 99 right there. And you can see they begin to door bang and next-gen door banging. With internet connectivity troubles in the pack, it becomes a bit troublesome. Gavin Austin quarter panels the 24, gets out of it, and then sends it all the way into the 3 machine. And that's going to get bad. Skylar Harrod going to be involved with that, and it looks like the 73 machine is there as well. Cash Culp, as a matter of fact, that's 77 done for the night, and it looks like it's going to be the 55 involved. Big one for the 73 of Connor Asbell, and this takes out many good drivers. Cash Culp already a retiree in tonight's event, as it looks like this will take him out. So the first wreck that directly causes someone to leave. Joaquin Stewart retired on his own accord, but the 77 to Cash Culp is done for the night. Has not even used a faster pair, as drivers already getting upset at the yellows, and it looks like that's going to bring us to 2 retirees on the night so far. Daniel Moore, 1 lap down, apparently. Although it does look like he's right there with the field now, and the 20 machine going to go up high for a moment and get right behind Gavin Austin. We're already appearing to be double file once again. However, 2 laps to green. 8 laps in out of 75. It's been quick so far in the Wendy's Biggie Bag 180-kilometer event. And we keep it going. And it looks like there. We'll take another quick look back at the replay just to make sure we know what's going on. We'll ride on board with Gavin Austin, as a matter of fact, and see what just happened. And riding on board with Austin, it's going to be the driver of number 88 we look at. Let's take a quick look and see once more. Chase Schaefer going to door bang right there with him. And then Gavin Austin just runs it a bit too high. And that is going to be it. I think Gavin Austin might be more to blame on that one, if anything. But it's still going to be a racing incident there, and the 88 machine going to be in the lead. Oh, it's going to be the 48-3 machine as Gavin Austin backs it down into 6th. Austin right now looks to be taking a penalty as a result, as it looks like he informed himself of the information, getting a look at the replay. Thankfully, it looks like he will be able to abide by his own rules here. The league owner going to take a penalty as we get things going 8 laps in out of 75. Wilkerson there with River Page, Corey Lyles in 3rd, and Sean Rose at 4th as Michael Deitch holds on with CJ Allman. Floppa, it's going to be John Smith, that number 48 machine, and a great run for him thus far as the Allied number 48 machine going to have a friend in the pit road as he comes in once again with Landon Gentry and the Paw Patrol number 33 right there with them. 8 laps in at a 75, and we stay rolling as they come double file once again. And the shortest race of the season so far is still going to be nearly 200 miles. But Atlanta, a very fast circuit. And it's going to be the driver of, I believe, the 77 machine coming into the chat there. And thank you for stopping by. And it looks like Ash Cope getting kicked from the session there. So not sure what's going on as administration making decisions on who's going to be able to race this one. As it's side by side with the 43 and the 24. Corey Lyle is going to be right there as Wilkerson giving a hard shove. And hopefully it's going to be a playful one to Wilkerson and Page back and forth. They're going at it as we are coming down with about half a lap remaining. Cash Culp down and out, and Joaquin Stewart already retired, although it looked like. Came down pit road, had a faster pair, took it, and he is done for the day. 20 drivers remain here in Atlanta, and the 180-kilometer event already making its way, making the rounds, as we've gotten past about the first 18. Here we go. It's the 43, the 24, the 56, and Sean Rowe in the number 99 as we get things going once again. Getting it all settled up. It looks like drivers getting the aggression out early. Hopefully now we'll get that green flag run every driver's hoping for. 9 laps in at a 75. We go green with 10 on the board. And the 43 right there in tow. River Page giving a great push before that yellow flag came out. Let's see what he can do this time by, as it could be a longer run that we're all hoping to see. Side by side they are as we get back to the green this time by. Let's go racing. Jacob Wilkerson leads it out as this is going to be the second restart of the night. The STP number 43 machine, my apologies, is up and stepping it up indeed. The 43 to the top of the board, going way high on the track. And Richard Petty, 7-time Daytona 500 winner. And it looks like Wilkerson replicating that success in these super speedways. Won at Talladega, and now looking to win here at Atlanta out in front. He doesn't even have all too much team support, as River Page goes out of the high side from the low, and now it's going to be vice versa as the 24 makes down race and trying to make a bit of a distance advantage, but the PBR guys are now stacked up top. It's going to be Rowe pushing Wilkerson and Jackson Carr in tow as lap 10 going to be concluded, and Wilkerson now leading far and away. The pack going to be a bit closer behind him. It's going to be Page right there side by side. It's going to be CJ Allman in the mix. He's going to be split 3 in the middle, and being 3 wide in that middle lane is going to be especially dangerous, and that's going to be the consequence. Big wreck is going to be in the back of the pack. CJ Allman going to go around, and the 3 machine going to be right there with a multiple cars get into it, and this will be yellow flag number 3. CJ Allman split 3 in the middle, and that's what happens. Let's take a quick look. Instant replay on the matter, sending them back 20 seconds. You see 3 wide there. Chase Shaver comes in, and he just panics, gets into Beaver Serrano, then gets into 3, or Skylar Harrod, then goes around, and drivers smoking it up. The 3 machine gets a lot of damage. The 28 gets by, but Allman might have been the biggest factor in that wreck as we take it back once again and try to find out just what occurred. We will see. You can see 3 wide middle, and then Allman trying to clear himself on Serrano, and that's what brings out your yellow here. Gets up to the high side, and Beaver nowhere to go. They push themselves into the wall, and so it goes from there. The 3 machine gets way caught up into it. That's going to be big time trouble as Skylar Harrod's already through 1 fast repair, gets into John Smith, almost gets into the 55 machine, and that, it looks like, is going to be a nice light tap, and not nice at all for the man afflicted, as it's going to be a multiple car incident once again. The 28 machine able to get right by, as it looks like the 33 of Landon Gentry has no choice but to back it in, and gets really lucky there. How about that? Able to avoid the chaos by just about a second. We'll take it back 5 seconds to show you how close it is. You can see it again in full speed, almost getting hit. And we'll take it back once more to get an on-board shot. That could have been calamity and frustration for the 33 machine. Able to get out of it quite nicely as the 97 of CJ Allman spins after the wreck. Let's get right back to it. As the driver of that number 43 machine going to be on his way. Cooper Match in chat, thank you for stopping by. As it looks like drivers, of course, disputing what's going on. And I think that's going to be CJ Allman, the cause of that incident. Unfortunately for him, just gets it a bit too unstable and panics as a result. That is the yellow flag, the 3rd one of which so far in tonight's event. We'll get some interviews in, as a matter of fact, as we get things going here. The race is going in its procession. Is on the move as we get it once again, getting some interviews on the night. And let off so far, it has been the driver of the 043 machine, the leader, and he has the pace to keep it going. Chuck McCurley going to come into the chat as well. Thank you for stopping by. Nice to see you, and I hope you enjoy the broadcasting action live on FTN. 13 laps in. Let's get your first interview of the night, and let's get it with the man in the 4th spot right now. Looks like the guys up front are not available for comment just yet, so we will get River Page, position number 4 on the board. And Page so far doing great in that number 18 machine. We'll have him into the broadcasting room right now. River Page right now, you're going to be top 4, running up front, nice and smooth. What's it going to be to get you the victory?
It's going to be avoiding the chaos. I mean, you've already seen, what is this, the 3rd caution? It's a chaotic combo, and it's a chaotic group of guys, so I'm just going to have to avoid every wreck, which is a tough task, but we have 2 fast repairs, so I think just the name of the game, you could say, is avoiding wrecks.
And certainly chaos, you have to avoid it up front. You've been able to do so far. 1 to green so far, not a lot of time before we get back to it, so any final thoughts?
Nope.
There we have it, River Page, 4th on the board for Power Smash Infinity Speed Motorsports. Thank you for the time.
That's right, thank you.
And there we go, Page going to be back on his way, as that's our first interview of the night here. And great to be in the broadcaster's booth, not as the guest analyst. I tell you what, Talladega, I drove in it, pretty chaotic, and I might have been the responsibility, or rather, the person responsible for a bit too many wrecks, but that's just me on the driving scene. Hope that doesn't broadcast them a bit better than that as we get things going once again. 14 in out of 75, you're going to be 15 as we get it going once more. And it's going to be CJ Allman involved with that wreck alongside Beaver Serrano as we get the show on the road. It's going to be led off by the 43, Sean Rowe, position number 2, and then James Bomar and River Page lining up side by side, double file as we get this thing back into play. Led off by the man in that number 43 for STP, Richard Petty. Well, he won a lot in that scheme, and now Jacob Wilkerson looking to prove that dominance as well. Is he the king of the series? Let's find out. 3rd restart of the night, lap 15. We're back under green. and everyone getting on their way so far. A great start for the 43. Once again, nobody on his level, and it looks like everyone's just going to have to chase him down from here on out. Side by side, the 41 machine is with the 24. Now James Bomar going to be there as the outside line has dissipated and slowly but surely is falling down the running order, and great run so far for the inside, of course, as Chase Schaefer able to get right by River Page and put himself in a nice position already, and he's going to be double filed there with a 5 machine, Michael Deitch, as Deitch making his way back up. Last 2 weeks of racing, it looks like something has clicked for Michael Deitch up in front at Forel, at Auto Club, and at Talladega, and now it looks like he's going to be up front here in the Super Speedway Series on control. You might see a bit of a jitter in the movement as we ride on board with Deitch. You can see he has to be very delicate with his decisions inside the car, and right now the inside line getting away from him, but he's still going to go right there with Jackson Carr, not going to block him. He's able to get a nice and smooth run back in. The difference in wheel movement is going to be evident. Chase Schaefer going to block him way down there, and Schaefer much smoother on the wheel, as you can see minor inputs, but they're going to be much faster and wiggling the wheel back and forth to keep it straight. Here we go again, running it hot. It's going to be the 21 machine of Chase Schaefer according to timing and scoring. And we will ride on board with the driver leading the way so far in Jacob Wilkerson for about a half lap here. Now Jackson Carr right up there with the driver to lead the way, and River Page down to the inside, so the complexion of this race is ever-changing as Wilkerson out in front of the field like it's nothing. Holding on nice and smooth, he has its delicate movement. It's going to be the most delicate driver out in front once again. He has not been involved in any incident. He's been just about the calmest man on the board, and the STP number 43 now going to be chased on the outside and the inside, but it looks like now he's going to have his PBR driver, number 23 of Jackson Carr, go down to the inside, and the edge going to be there down low. The high side, well, it was deep sea diving for a while that worked, and now the high side getting some run as the regeneration is in its place. The 24, the 99, teammates for Power Smash Infinity Speed Motorsports X Marlowe Family Racing, and they are also partners of Hard Track Energies. Gavin Austin gonna almost go around, able to save it, and it looks like he's gonna be run down into 5th, and it's gonna be now a big block from Jackson Carr. River Page not gonna be happy about that. He goes out of the inside line. Look at him go. Now it's gonna be Wilkerson with the 24 or the 18 time, and scoring a bit conflicted. Down to the inside and down to the line. It's gonna be the 7 and 43 making their moves with James Bomar on Sean Rowe as they go 3 once again. Sean Rowe going to be there with Schaefer and Corey Miles. Daytona winner Iora going way high, trying to make it happen. The 99 going to be fighting the other 99 so far. Rowe having the edge on Schaefer. Gavin Austin still in frame so far. It's been all about consistency, and it looks like nobody here is experiencing any complacency. It looks like nobody having to be where they are unless you're Jacob Wilkerson, and everyone fighting to knock him off the top of the running order. 41 machine goes down once again, and the GoDaddy number 41 is going, as it's still going to be Jacob Wilkerson from Beaver Serrano, able to make his way back up as we look at the second pack, including Jonathan Ledger, and Landon Gentry looks to be on his own right now as, whoa, big wreck, Chase Schaefer, Sean Rowe, we're going to run right into it, caution, flag is out. Let's find out just what happened as another wreck comes out, 22 in out of 75, and just as we take a look at the back of the field, we have a big one. Rowe going to be big time trouble, and we take it back once again. Let's go about a half a minute before, because this is about the time when we stopped watching the leaders here, and we will see who is the culprit. Sean Rowe going to go down and around, and Bomar there, and it looks like Wilkerson going to get turned there by the 41 machine, and you can see by this point, it's going to be trouble from there. 43 comes right up the track, going to be a rocket, gets Sean Rowe, gets Chase Schaefer, gets Gavin Austin, and then it's going to be Gavin Austin who gets out of it. The second pack coming right in. Look at this once again. And James Bomar going to be able to get out of that one scot-free. Will take one more look and ride on over the driver in that 47. Look at the rear view camera here. See, one driver going to be able to get away, but the remainder of the field not going to be able to have that same luxury. And riding on board with him once again. We'll take it back 20 seconds and look from the front end perspective of the man currently 4th on the chart. Jacob Wilkerson going to be turned right by him there, but Wilkerson's going to hook it up the track, so that's going to be debatable there, as the 47 absolutely going to give himself a big shove. course, the momentum not going to work out as Daniel Moore now scores the top driver on the board. River Page comes down and in as Moore going to be out in front in what it looks to be the number 24 machine. Same paint scheme as Jason Dodonna, and it's the Rainbow Warrior putting on a valiant fight out in front, leading so far here in Atlanta. 24 laps in out of 75, and the race is getting on its way here. We'll try to get a word from any other driver, although it looks like still Daniel Moore not available for comment. Cooper Nash, though, who's currently second on the charts, that number 55 machine is, and we would drag him right in. Let's get him in this time through, and it's going to be Cooper Nash, second on the board so far, driving a great race. It's going to be, of course, an action-packed one here in Atlanta. How are you feeling so far?
I'm all right. Honestly, I've been involved with a lot of the wrecks. I don't feel good about this race because how much wrecks we've been having, but honestly, it's whatever.
And you're still out front despite them. It looks like you've used all two of your fast repairs so far, so going to be in a bit of trouble there. What's it going to take to get through the remainder of this race? It should be 50 to go when we go green.
Basically staying in the back, trying to avoid the wrecks, like the big one. We had a wreck in the back. I avoided that. Worked with Floppa and Jonathan.
And teamwork, a big part of this event so far. So what's going to be working with these guys to just help come wherever you find her? Or is it going to be able to specific people at the end?
It's basically going to be specific people at the end because you got to trust who can hold their lane and who can't. Like Cash Cup not knowing how to hold his lane there. That was just stupid of him, wrecking the entire field multiple times. And then like people like Gavin been holding his lane, being up front.
And there we have it. We'll double file so far in the second spot. Any final thoughts?
What to do when there's a wreck. That's my thought right now.
There we have it. Cooper Nash looking to avoid wrecks as he's out in front. 25 laps into the 75. Thank you for your time. Drag him right back in with the remainder of the field here. And it looks like drivers, well, they're aware of it as much as we are. It has been a bit of a chaotic race, and these drivers looking to put a stop to that. But right now, Atlanta, a fast-paced track. Decisions have to be made in split seconds. And it looks like Cooper Nash just not able to make it happen earlier on. But now he is there. Position number 2 with Daniel Moore down on the inside line. Let's get things going once again. When we get back to the green flag, it will be 50 laps remaining. And here we go once more. Daniel Moore, Cooper Nash, and Jason Dodonna going to be there in third as Connor Asbell going to be in fourth. Jackson Carr is in fifth, and Chase Schaefer is going to be in sixth as Beaver Serrano is going to be in position number 7, and Michael Deitch is going to be in 8th. Jacob Wilkerson ninth as Corey Lyles right there with him. The Daniel Moore machine first with Cooper Nash in second. Let's go once again. The iRacing official pace truck going to be on the move as we get it going one more time. 25 out of 75. Let's go racing, led by the number 24. We're green once more, and it's going to be Daniel Moore out in front of the remainder of the field. Brandon Dugan not in that 55 tonight. That's going to be Cooper Nash as Connor Asbell going to be up on the high side in that 72. We saw Asbell in the 4 Cup Series Talladega event, and he made a great run of it. And now with 50 laps past the first quarter and the first third, so now it's going to be all about being a bit more patient, as that's certainly not going to be the name of the game in the middle of the pack. Look at this. We got him 3 wide already, and we got him wrecking. So it's going to be another wreck on the track right now. 50 laps to go. Yellow flag is out. And we saw River Page involved in that one. Let's take a quick look. 27's back. And look at this. They were already 3 wide by the time we got into the first and second turns. Aggression, you won't find any limit to it. It has been all about putting it where you want it, taking what you think is yours, even if it might not be. As you can see, side by side, once again, Corey Lyles there with Wilkerson. Wilkerson going to turn River Page and get Beaver Serrano, and there they go once again. And you can see they go way down to the apron, and Gavin Austin giving us a requested look at his onboard through that incident. So that we will. Let's take it back once more. 20 seconds on the clock as we take an instant replay on the matter. This is Gavin Austin, number 88 machine, and we will see how it looked as Jacob Wilkerson going to be out there in front with River Page, and Austin saying it's about a great maneuver from him to get through, and it looks like going to be able to split the gap quite nicely. Great work for Gavin Austin as he gets right out in front of the remainder of the field there. Sean Rowe going to be able to do that as well, as we have 49 laps to go. Cooper Nash now out in front, race leader he is, as we get it back underway, and that's going to be yet another wreck with 48 to go, and that's going to take out CJ Allman and Nate Wilson out as well. Now 18 drivers remain with 48 laps remaining. Brandon Dugan in that 55, still going to be in first as Connor Asbell is going to be in second. And how about we get a word with the Connor Asbell machine if he is, of course, available. 72, having a great run so far, and that he is. Let's get a word for the man in position number 2, runner-up so far. Still a lot of time to make it a victory, and Connor Asbell is sure of that. How are you feeling in that number 72 machine? Because right now, running runner-up. And Connor Asbell looking for a word here live in the broadcast booth. How you feeling? Not get a word here. We're going to try to get another driver in. It's going to be Daniel Moore. We might get a look at, but we do have Jason Dodonna in the top 5, so we will drag him in. Jason Dodonna, currently 5th on the board. How you feeling?
I'm feeling okay. I'm still trying to dial in my car and my steering wheel settings. But other than that, I don't know. I think I'm in for a good race today.
It has been a great race for you, saying you've been pretty much off the sim for the past 3 months and nonetheless out in front. And it looks like you've been able to avoid a good majority of these wrecks. You have not used a faster pair. Everyone in front of you has. So it's been a clean race for you. What's it going to take to get there at the end?
Just survival. I'm trying to keep at least one faster pair within 10 to go. I just got to watch out for people being stupid. I had a bit of a dumb moment early on and caused that incident. Try not to repeat that. I lucked out and got like 20 seconds of optional. So as long as I can avoid doing that again and, you know, avoid other people doing that, then I think it should be set.
That it should be 1 lap to green this time by. So any final thoughts?
It's down to time.
And there we have it, dawn to time for the first time in a while. Jason Dodonna looking for a win for the first time since December. Thank you for your time.
No problem. Have a good one.
And there we have it. Jason Dodonna going to be back on his way, and it is going to be a great one for him if he's able to get this victory. Been so long since we've seen him on the simulator, and 4 months might not be a long time, but we will see if he has anything in store for the field. Jason Dodonna going to be in that 6th spot. Cooper Nash going to be up there, up in front. Michael Deitch going to be right there with him. He will go once again. And as we take a brief moment to get this one situated live on FTN, got to thank you all for stopping by. 797 subscribers and 14 viewers. If you're not subscribed, be sure to get us up to 800. We're on the quest for 1,000 subscribers as we continue the pursuit, of course, of high-quality broadcasts here in the iRacing service as we get it going. Once again, Cooper Nash going to be out in front. Michael Deitch right there with him. 47, going to come 46 laps to go here in Atlanta. The Wendy's Biggie Bag 180 kilometer showing off with a big amount of action as he's getting Michael Deitch going high side leading. Corey Lyle's going to be down low getting the lead as well. And now we're going to stack up with the 99 and the 40-wire. James Bomar going to be right there. It's going to be Sean Rowe right there with him as well. Shay Schaefer going to be in the mix. Landon Gentry gets tapped, able to save it. It's going to be Bomar in the wall, and he's going to stick the entirety of that high side up as the 7 machine going to go side by side with that 41. It's going to be the 33 of Landon Gentry in the mix. Side by side, except for the top 2, it's Lyles, Cooper Nash out in front as the remainder of the pack trying to catch right up to him. Jason Dodonna is going to be in a much newer Jeff Gordon paint scheme compared to the original Rainbow Warriors. So 2 number 24s on the track. How do you differentiate them? Dodonna has the new paint scheme. Daniel Moore has the oldest. The Rainbow Warrior that debuted in October of 1992, if not December, and that was when it all began for the driver of Jeff Gordon. But then his second wave for the 2001 championship with the Exalta sponsorship, well, it was DuPont way back when, as Exalta is going to be one of those subsidiaries of that incredible brand with an incredible legacy here in iRacing. Big wreck going to be River Page and Gavin Austin. We will go into the caution period once again. Yellow flags out, and I think River Page got a big piece of that one. Let's take an instant replay and find out just what happened. The 88 machine right there going full wide, big time move, and it's going to be an aggressive one. That is for certain. And then getting a turn around, Gavin Austin does. And you can see Page in the mix as we will take it back just about 20 seconds once more. Watching the onboard configuration of it. And Gavin Austin making the move a lifetime there, able to make it nice and steady, but River Page going to follow him right through, and this might be where the wreck began. Now, it looks like Page going to almost get into Daniel Moore, and no, he gets into Daniel Moore indeed, then slides right down, destroys Gavin Austin, as he got a bit of a tag there from the 24, then that's going to be a hard one to decipher. I think that's going to end up being a racing incident, but Page gets into Gavin Austin and hard. Then the 28 of Jonathan Leach are going to go right around as well. Sean Rowe almost gets caught up into it, but the back of the field involved once again. Gavin Austin going to be down on pit road with River Page right now. They're coming in at the same time. Big time front end damage, as it looks like Jonathan Leisure is still going to be on the track. Even though his Dodge Charger has been destroyed quite hard in that front end and it is all charged up. You can see sparks are flying like a battery, and we will get it going once again. Leader's going to be coming down pit road this time by, except for Chase Schaefer, and Schaefer is out in front with 43, going to become 42 laps to go in due time as he goes down to the grass, and it looks like it's going to be for Power Smash Infinity Speed. The man up in front, it's going to be Chase Schaefer on the move. We're going to get a word from him right now and see how he's feeling. It is going to be the 21 bearing the flag for Power Smash. We'll get him in, and here is the man in the lead. Chase Schaefer right now going to be top of the board. Looks like he did not pit that time by. 42 laps to go. What's the move?
Not die. I might go take a nap. We'll see.
And there we have it. Every driver describing this race as a bit chaotic, and it looks like you're going to be on the same boat. So avoiding the wrecks, well, you've avoided a good majority of them, but one fast repair down, one to go. What's it going to be when it comes to using it?
Don't die.
There we have it. Don't die indeed. Well, 42 to go. Strategy, a big thing for some of these guys in the back of the pack. Are tires a big deal here at Atlanta? And if they are, well, what's it going to be with your strategy? Staying out.
Tires are nice.
There we have it. Chase Schaefer having some fun here as looks like he's still going to be top of the board. Any final thoughts?
Grass.
And there we have it. Chase Schaefer going to move him back on his way for Power Smash Infinity Speed Motorsports as he's going to be there in the grass. I'm not sure what he's doing at this point. It looks like he's just messing around as James Bomar going to be right there in the second spot in the 47. Jacob Wilkerson going to be third as Michael Deitch is in fourth. And 42 laps to go. Another caution on the track here. Lap 34 overall on the circuit, and we will wait for the show to get back on the roll as 42 laps remain, and it's going to be James Bomar, Chase Schaefer, your front row, and Jacob Wilkerson. He was far out in front earlier on in this event, and he looks to be getting back in that position as we get this thing on the move. Bomar, Wilkerson, then Michael Deitch and Skylar Harrod, going to be Corey Lyles and Jackson Carr there, as it's going to be the three machine right in tow with Corey Lyles. 41 laps to go. When we go green, it will be 40. Been a lot of pacing so far, unfortunately, but we are still almost there to the end of this race as we will get it back underway with the Monster Designs number 99 having a monster run so far out in front of the Wendy's Biggie Bag 180-kilometer event. It's going to be Bomar, position number 2, and Jacob Wilkerson going to be there in third. Corey Lyles is actually going to be in the 5th spot so far, having a great run. It's going to be Skylar Harrod still in the top 10. Rounding to the top 10, it will be Beaver Serrano and Jason Didana. And Serrano has been on a return tour of his own. So the returning men going to be in that 5th row with the man up front. Well, it's going to be Chase Schaefer as James Bomar still chasing him in second. The pace car going to come off this time by. And we will go green with 40 laps to do it here in Atlanta. iRacing official pace truck ready to do it one more time. Get on pit road, and hopefully it won't be coming back. But Monster Designs representing Chase Schaefer, and Schaefer knowing it's all about survivals. We get it back green once again. 41 gonna come, 40 laps to go. Let's go racing here from Atlanta. Big time jump for River Page. He goes 3 wide already as we are back on our way here in Hampton. Far out in front, Schaefer able to hold on to it. James Bomar going to see Michael Deitch go way high there in the number 4 machine. Now Deitch going to be losing a bit more time. Corey Lyles going to be right behind him as Jacob Wilkerson is there in third. Now it's going to be single file as a multitude of drivers now not in the pack. And you see River Page, 18 machine, according to time, it's scoring 18th on the charts. Big push to Chase Schaefer, and that's going to keep Chase Schaefer's momentum intact, revitalizing his plan to get back up to the front of the pack now as he's in 4th, and the leader is blinking. James Bomar going to go out of connection for just a moment, and Corey Lyles now going to be pushed by the number 99. 56, 99 out in front. Schaefer holding on as we barrel down once again. Shay Shaver able to hold on with River Page right behind him. No contact just yet, and Page almost files his teammate out as the leader's up in front. PDR, that 43 Wilkerson pushing James Bomar. But now Corey Lau is going to give the set of the lifetime, of course, to himself, as Shay Shaver going to give it right to him as well. And now they're going to be side by side once again, fighting for the lead. It is still Chase Shaver chasing victory, as he has Corey Lau's now right where he wants him, coming down to the stripe once again. Now going to be one going way off. That's going to be the 55 machine of Cooper Nash, able to save it and keep it back on the way, as the 99 holds on with that 56. River Page getting it right there in the mix, as well as Michael Deitch holds on with Sean Rowe. John Smith going to be side by side with Jason Dodonna as they have 3 wide in the back of the pack. It's going to be the 3 machine, the 66 and the 24, as John Smith can keep himself right ahead of it. Jacob Wilkerson still get there as well, as they fight to the stripe. Shay Shaver gonna go 3 wide there. Now gonna get fired out by James Bomar. Shaver now gonna be in a bit of trouble, as River Page gonna send a lifeline to the number 99. And now the momentum lies in the middle. Will it lie there for long? Does not look it will, but River Page is able to save it and keep his teammate on the hook. Michael Deitch getting right behind that 99 now, as the inside line is forming up, but not enough, as Lyle is now going to see the 99 right beside him. Not going to happen. Now John Smith's going to be able to come up to the top 5, as he has a multitude of drivers right behind him. Riding on board with that number 48 machine, this is John Smith, other 9 is known as Flopping. He has that 24 right behind him. Page there, and John Smith able to clear him with 36 on the charts. And now it's going to be Jackson Carr going way high in that number 7 machine. According to time and scoring, it is the 23. But the 99 of Sean Rowe now makes it on the inside, and the 99 on time and scoring, the 21 of Chase Shafer. There in tow as Jackson Carr. New race leader at the high side, now getting formed up once again. And this time it's going to be the River Page and Chase Shafer duo, as dynamic as ever, as they're able to flow right up to the front of the pack. And Shafer now going to take it down low, take his teammate right there with him. And Page is a lapped machine, and it's going to be him holding on with the 99 of Chase Shafer. Now, as a lap car, I'm sure these guys besides Shafer are not happy that he is interfering with the leading battle, but it's going to be Shafer getting a great assistance from the man who's not in winning contention. Big wreck in the back of the back. Jacob Wilkerson going to go around. We will have a yellow, as it's going to be Landon Gentry going around with Jacob Wilkerson. Caution is out, 34 laps to go. Let's find out just what happened. Instant replay going to be on the matter here, as Jacob Wilkerson going to go right down to the inside line of Landon Gentry, and Gentry tries to make a block, and it looks like he does not go for it until about the tail end of it, and then Landon Gentry gets himself involved with the 33, of course, himself, and the 43. We will see once again a yellow out on the track. The 33, the 43, big time involved. Connor Asbo going to come right up to it. Cooper Nash as well. Landon Gentry there, as Michael Deitch going to be a bit slower, as Skylar Harrod gets out as well. And currently Rod on the track with damage, as Beaver Serrano there as well. Chase Shafer still is your race leader with 33 remaining, still out in front. A nice, smooth, consistent race for the man in P1, as Jackson Carr did it right there in second. With Carr there, how will we get a word with the man in that number 20 and see how it is as he comes down pit road this time by? It will be Sean Rowe in second, but Jackson Carr making his way to pit road. So Carr out in front majority of the race. How's it been?
It's been all right. A little shaky, but I like going to the rear and working my way up here. I don't really like staying up there. The front is just kind of chaos, and I hate full tires. So coming down to pit right now, get some fresh tires. My tires wore like none, but I'm still gonna come down every like 5 or 6 laps if I get the chance. So this Spire Chevy has been stupid fast right now. So I plan on going back up to the front again, and then we'll just kind of see what happens from there.
And who doesn't plan on being up front? But so far, been a pretty chaotic race. You have not used a faster pair so far, according to our timing metrics, so you still are good when it comes to being a clean driver. But most of the field has gotten involved in something. What will it take to avoid that as the night goes on?
I just need to not be stupid. I haven't got involved in any wrecks, knock on wood, but you just kind of have to know what's going on in front of you. And it should be fine.
And very knowledgeable driving. Sorry, go on.
I was just saying, I'm surprised I haven't got wrecked yet, because I've basically put everybody 3 wide, and some people got into the wall, but tough luck. Hold a better line.
And there we have it, Jackson Carr. Some choice words there as we go 1 to green this time by. So when it all comes down to it, any final thoughts?
I hate this track.
And there we have it, Jackson Carr. Looks like he has words for everyone here as he is still out in front and now in 10th. Thank you for your time.
Yep, no problem.
There we have it, Jackson Carr going to be back on his way in Atlanta. A controversial reconfiguration, to say the least, as Chase Schaefer still out in front. I've had the pleasure of talking to a lot of these drivers outside of the broadcasting and racing scene, and Atlanta's one of those tracks that now has a bit of an AFI taste in people's mouths. Of course, that iconic 1.5 mile configuration you'll see in about a few hours' time. We'll go live with it in the Stock Car Racing League, and you won't want to miss that. The Fisher Productions 200 going to be on your way very soon. But still, these guys going to have to race this track, even despite the controversy and the way that it is configured. Far different from what we expected in world of NASCAR. Another super speedway? Well, we have one now, and it's going to be the driver of the 21 machine, Chase Schaefer, out beside the 99 of Sean Roden. And they both show the 99 on their cars, but however, due to the way that iRacing registers people, only one driver can have one number. But the paint scheme service, which is called Trading Paints, actually lets drivers have the same number. So realistically, or rather unrealistically, we could have every driver run the exact same paint scheme, maybe just to mess with me, maybe just to mess with each other. But you could see they would all have different numbers according to the way it goes on iRacing's configuration of either iRating deciding it or the way you join the server deciding it. So Chase Schaefer, 21st man on the board here, is going to be top of the charts with the 21 lap old tire stint, and then Sean Rowe in second. It's going to be Skylar Harrod and John Smith behind him as the 3 machine lines up in position number 3 way high. As we get back to it once again, the iRacing official pace truck makes its way down now with 30 laps to go, and we get this thing back on the road. Schaefer, Rowe, as we get back to it. Green flag's going to be out this time by Let's Go Racing, led by Schaefer and Rowe. And on a roll, these top 2 guys are going to be Let's Go. It's going to be Floppa in the John Smith machine. Connor Asbell going to be there in 4th, and Skylar Harrod going to be in 5th, as Jonathan Ledger going to be in that 6th spot, and River Page now going to go 3 wide that time by. There with Corey Lyles, they're going to be able to save it, but now 3 wide in the middle of the pack, and this could be disaster. So far it has not been, and the top 2 guys going to be able to make out like a bandit, but it's going to be River Page going high, getting that edge on the 28 machine of Jonathan Ledger. Side by side, Lyles is going to be, and they're able to hold on to it nice and steady. Going to be almost 4 wide now, as James Bomar takes Gavin Austin, takes Connor Asbell. The 28 machine going to go right into the wall as they're able to hold on to it nice and smooth now. 29 laps to go. Aggression at an all-time high. Skylar Harrod going to be backing off as it's going to be Connor Asbell blinking out just a bit, so I'm not sure what the drivers will choose to do, as that number 23 looks to be in a bit of a precarious position here, as the drivers are now getting it filed out double to 72. Connor Asbell gets into the wall, and it looks like guys will now get back to the double file ordinary running order. Side by side, John Smith going to be, as Chase Schaefer takes him down to the apron, and John Smith going to get a bit squirrely, able to save it now, and he will not be happy about that. Now it's going to be Jonathan Ledger getting up to the wall once again. The drivers filing themselves out. Being 3 wide, it's tricky, but Jackson Carr, we saw his words for the drivers who are having a bit of trouble with it. You just have to hold it better, and sometimes that is the case. When you get a bit squirrely, you don't want to hit another driver, you just have to send it to the back, as Gavin Austin now gets to the wall as well. See, River Page gets right up there with Jackson Carr. A bit of door banging, able to save it as Chase Schaefer goes down to the inside, blocks James Bomar pretty hard, able to hold on to it as well. And 27 laps to do it. Side by side, it's going to be River Page with John Smith. Now Landon Gentry gets into the mix. Watch out now, it's going to be the 33 on the way as they come barreling down the back straightaway once again. 3 wide is the 24 with the 48 and the 43 as well. Wilkerson able to keep it nice and smooth. And Chase Schaefer with his teammate there, and River Page. Page back on the lead lap, and now with 26 laps remaining, those two are going to have to work together if they want anything to come out of tonight's event. And you can see now they go down to the inside line with Corey Lyles. Now it's going to be Chase Schaefer down to the apron, able to save it with his teammate. Not going to give him an easy time, a hard time as a matter of fact. Quite the opposite is now Page going to be forced 3. Schaefer gets in line with his teammate. Looks like no bad luck, just a bit of a miscalculated push as they get back to it once again. And you can see the 56 holds on strong. The 41 with Sean Rowe. Big hit. Corey Love's going to dive up the track. Everyone's going to get involved there. Big wreck. And the field goes around. Wilkerson going to be involved. And the like is going to be there as well. Caution going to come out. And let's take a look at just what happened. 3 wide. Aggression gonna play its part as River Page gonna hook Corey Lyles all the way up, and you can see it happen in frame here. Page just gets a bit of antsy, gets right into Lyles, and that's gonna send him all the way up the track. Once again, a big one. As it's going to be Wilkerson involved now. Jackson Carr might have to take a faster bear. It's going to be the driver of Cooper Nash there. Sean Rowe going to be right there interconnected with the man in that 56. And then they get right off each other. Skylar Harrod going to be able to get right out of it, as he was actually going to be one of those drivers who fell back through the pack and gets out of it. The beneficiary there as Wilkerson down on the infield. And he passes by. That three machine does. All the drivers who got involved as we get back on our way. And it's going to be 24 to go, as River Page is going to be wrecked by Chase Schaefer there, and that's going to be the other way around that time by, as Page gets a big hit, and you can see they're going to get themselves back on the move as they're playing back and forth here, and they get right up to pit road, right with each other, and they're going to still be touching as James Bomar, the only man out in front, and how about that for James Bomar, position number 1. And you can see these guys come down pit road this time by nice and smooth. And this could be the final stop for every driver. 24 laps to go, and it will be the final segment here as we're 53 laps in out of 75. Now we're going to do 23 laps to go as they come down in. John Smith there with Chase Schaefer. Daniel Moore going to be there in the 3rd spot. And Daniel, one of the drivers we have not heard from just yet, able to run up and down all night long. But now, Daniel Moore, you're up in the 3rd position. What's it going to be to get you to the end of this race?
Oh, hello. I didn't hear the beginning of the question. What was that?
What's going to be to get you to the end of this race on the top? We've seen you up and down, and now in 3rd. So now, is it going to be all about execution from here, or are you going to lay it back just a bit?
Well, I've been laying it back for most of the race. I've just been trying to not get wrecked with everyone else's shenanigans, and I'm hoping right now, being in 3rd, I can stay out of that, unless somebody decides to sniff my rear bumper a little bit too hard.
And we've certainly seen some big-time aggression all night long, and it looks like now up in front it could be a bit less dangerous. We saw that last wreck was up there as well, so what's it going to be? Who are you going to be able to trust as the night goes on?
I'm not sure. None of them quite seem trustworthy to this point in the race. Everyone seems rather intent on wrecking each other.
Absolutely. It looks like everyone seems to be a bit too aggressive for, of course, some drivers liking. You included. Daniel Moore, as we get back to it. Any final thoughts?
Well, I wish everyone else good luck, and I wish myself good luck.
And there we have it. Daniel Moore
and
going to be
note-
there on the board there.
A note, my car on my screen is the 20. It was supposed to be the 20. I don't know why I have a Jeff Gordon scheme on your side.
I'm not sure about that either. I'm not sure what's going on there. It looks like 2 Jeff Gordon cars lined up next to each other, so I'm not sure why, but nonetheless, you're still up front like Jeff Gordon is in these tracks. Atlanta, he used to be pretty good there, so good luck as well.
Thank you.
There we have it. Daniel Moore going to be on his way, and Gavin Austin getting a request for an interview. So Gavin, second on the board. Any final thoughts before we go green this time by?
Oh, yeah, we're running P2 right now. We've had a great car all race. We were involved in a wreck earlier on, so I did have to use a faster pair then. I still have 1 remaining. I'm going to try to keep it as long as I can. Great racing overall. We might have to change the Atlanta races on the schedule for the rest of the season because most drivers aren't liking it. I'm not really liking it with how this race is playing out right now, but it's still a good race, still providing great racing. And it's fun, but it could be better.
And there we have it. Gavin Austin, any final thoughts?
No, not really.
And we do with Gavin Austin, second on the board as we go green. Thank you for your time.
Yeah, no problem, man.
And we have a special visitor that we will introduce after our Crank It Up. 22 to go, Crank It Up, missed by just about a lap as we get things going here with 21 laps to go. Track hands for Gorman's best cameras on iRacing as we crank it up this time by Let's Go Racing, led by Bomar, and led as well by Gavin Austin. We'll be right back at 20 laps to go. And we have a wreck. Michael Dutch going to be down to the round. We have another yellow flag on the circuit. Eventually, it's going to come out as Landon Gentry spins down as well. Yellow flag is out, and it's going to be for drivers such as Michael Deitch. We'll take an instant replay and check out just what happened. Deitch was 4 wide at the moment of impact here, and you can see Landon Gentry there, and it's going to be Jonathan Leisure, then Jackson Carr, and Deitch gets into Jackson, gets into Leisure, and they go down the round. An explosive hit for Michael. As with 19 laps to go, that's going to be your crank it up, ended by a yellow as Cooper Nash goes around as well, and that's going to be a multi-car hit with not a lot of time remaining. 18 laps to go, and we'll get this thing back on the road with looks like John Smith at the top of the charts. Jason Beckman joining us for the remainder of this one. Thank you for stopping by. What's it been so far? Because Atlanta, a controversial track, and we've seen some controversial driving so far. So what's it going to be for any driver to get the victory from here on out?
Well, Atlanta's an unconventional superspeedway with its size being 1.5 miles rather than your conventional Talladega and Daytona being over 2.5 miles. So the racing at this track is going to be a lot closer, 3 wide is going to be a lot riskier, and I think tempers are going to flare a little more with drivers making some risky moves that don't always work out at a narrower track like this.
And risk-taking has indeed been the name of the game all night long, as you can see Chase Schaefer up in front. Now, Chase Schaefer has only one teammate with him tonight, and that's going to be River Page for Power Smash Infinity Speed, but PBR also has their team out in front with Jacob Wilkerson, so teamwork, it might make the dream work here. What's going to be for guys with teammates is right now, with 17 to go, we see 3 of which out in front, with Gavin Austin being the lone independent in that top 4.
Well, PBR for the most part has been kind of a powerhouse at these super speedways, all in their own voice chat. They've been working together really well. I believe Jacob Wilkerson got the win in this league last week, working with his teammates in PBR. So they're going to be a tough team to beat, but overall, if you can link up with a friend, if you can have some help on your line, just get a push up there, I believe you have a chance at winning this, even if you're not working with 4 other drivers.
And certainly it all comes down to who you work with, not how many people you work with. If they're not consistent, not able to hold the line, and it's multiple people, it might actually be worse than if it were to be with just 2 people who can hold on quite nicely. And that's going to be Page and Schaefer, now going to be side by side, this time by with 17 laps to go, going to become 16 laps to go, as the drivers going to get ready, as the iRacing official pace truck going to be on their way once again. Jason, take it away from here on out as we go to, I believe, our 6th or 7th restart of the night.
Coming out of turn 4 here, we got Schaefer, Page, and Wilkerson leading the race. We're going to go green. Gavin Austin gets a little shove into the rear of River Page there. Schaefer takes the high line. Wilkerson all out on his own there. Gavin Austin looks to be dipping low. River Page is going to draft up on the rear end of Chase Schaefer coming up on the high line here. He's got a bunch of help with him. 5-car line on the top line now. There's a little separation of the second pack on the top. Looks like they're going to pull away from the bottom as Dodonna tries to push Wilkerson coming into turn 3. Schaefer and Page still tandeming all the way through the corner. They're linking up really well here. Slightly loose into the quad oval. Gavin Austin looking for an opportunity coming into turn 1 here. Looks like Daniel Moore, someone whose name we have not seen many times in leagues like this, all the way up in the top 4 with just laps to go here, 61 out of 75. Looks like he has a genuine shot at winning this race. Gavin Austin dipping low, getting into the rear end of Chase Schaefer in turn 3. Almost turning him, but everyone keeps it clean, with Wilkerson coming and pushing Page below the line on the quad oval. They're going even with the leaders, and Gavin Austin takes the lead, lap 62.
There you have it, lap 62. Big wreck. Chase Schaefer's going to go around. It's going to be a multi-car incident in the back of the pack, and this one's going to lead us to what could be another yellow, and that it will be. It's going to be River Page, Chase Schaefer down and around, and we hardly caught the beginning of that. Let's take an instant replay on it once again as we see River Page right there, and it looks like James Bomar sends Schaefer a high. Quarter panel taps him, and Schaefer has no choice but to correct it to the high side, and River Page going to tap him from the rear, get involved there, as it's going to be, it looks like the 24 that we mentioned beforehand. Daniel Moore going to fall way back there, and Connor Asbell going to get away from it as well. Sean Rowe loses an awful lot of time, and it looks like the drivers actually got it situated before the yellow flag came out, but still, everyone back on their way following that wreck, 13 laps to go. And you can see Gavin Austin, your race leader with 13 laps to do it. Jason Willardson going to come to the chat. Thank you for stopping by as Wilkerson is your leader. Jonathan Leisure going to be in third here. So drivers we haven't seen all too much of tonight are now starting to get to the front. And I know, Jason, you weren't with us at the start of it, Beckman, to say the least. Of course, we got a Jason in the chat as well. Now going to be Gavin Austin Wilkerson going side by side at pit road. And Jonathan Leisure now has a bit of trouble holding on here as the remainder of the field comes down on pit road. And Leisure is your race leader. So what's it going to take for the 28 machine, who was involved in wrecks very early into this race, to hold on with drivers he was not familiar with at the start?
Well, like we just saw there, your entire race can end in the blink of an eye. Chase Schaefer barely gets tapped in the left rear. That sends him and his teammate into the wall with major damage. Likely could be race ending for them if they don't already have a faster pair. Jonathan Leisure is not in the prime spot to win, I would say, with just about 10 laps to go coming to the green here. I believe I would like to avoid wrecks that are inevitably going to come at a narrow track like this. But some people like to send it in and run up front with 5 laps to go.
You're right about that. Some guys choose to run up front when it's early. Some guys choose to wait until later. And that's going to be a big cause for debate as the night goes on. Now, we were going to get an interview for Michael Deitch. It does look like he's not available for comment. And Jason Dodonna, we got to word with him a bit earlier. So let's check in on Corey Lyles. Or no, we're double file already. Now, we will see if we're coming across the backstretch this time by. Although I do believe it's going to be go time from here on out as we get things back on a roll. 12 laps to go here in Atlanta, and we're at a turn 4. No time for interviews. It's time for the racing action. With 12 to go here, Jonathan Leisure going to lead him on through with Jason Dodonna right beside him. Big jump for Gavin Austin. He's going to Kyle Busch that restart, and now we're back underway. And that was a big cause for debate last time through. Last week, a rule got added where you can't do that. Gavin's going to give his spots back, and Leisure's now going to go to the apron already, and now it's going to get antsy. And you said it, Jason, it's going to be pretty hard for guys to keep that lead when they're leading very late, but not late enough. And new race leader, Jason Dodonna.
Leisure falling all the way back to the line after he nearly hit the inside wall coming out of 2. Looks like the 24 and the 99 of Page and Schaefer back on the track after repairs in pit road. Jason Dodonna leading the field coming to the start-finish line here with Corey Lyles following close behind, and I believe that is Michael Deitch in third.
Michael Deitch is in the third spot indeed. It's going to be Cooper Nash in that 55 as they're side by side right behind him. 10 laps to go here in the Wendy's Biggie Bag 180-kilometer event. Deitch going to be holding on fair and square. Cooper Nash going to be in fourth, but it's Corey Lyles in second here. Now, Lyles, a super speedway ace. We've seen him up front in Ford, seen him up front in Iora. He's only win the Iora Cup Series season this year so far. Been Daytona, so he's a fast driver at the fast tracks, and he's looking to prove it once again as he goes up high here. Not a lot of support just yet, and side drafting going to be able to keep him right there with Dodonna and Michael Deitch. Dodonna gets turned onto the apron, he's able to save it, but now things are getting antsy. Look at that, Landon Gentry going to go around, take River Page out. That's a 2-car incident. It could be a caution, it could not be. As we come down to the back of it, they're going to be able to get it situated, but it looks like yellow flags out. Nonetheless, Gentry, Page go around.
Not the most damage-heavy wreck there, but certainly detrimental to the field as it would have spread them out terribly thin if the race continued green from there. We got Jacob Wilkerson in the lead, Gavin Austin second, Jackson Carr third. And looking to be a good one here so far. Jason Dodonna just got turned. Glad he kept it saved and off the wall.
And certainly glad he got it off the wall. You can see Dodonna was in frame of this accident, and I do believe able to avoid it as we freeze frame and they go back once again. He's able to split the middle, but it looks like River Page saw a driver get a bit squirrely there. That sent them right into Gentry, and you can see that that's going to be detrimental. Page has already used one faster pair, so has Landon, and now with 8 laps to go, and less than that when we get back to the green, it will be a troublesome race for guys to get aggressive in because not a lot of time for aggression to really blossom. You need some time in races like this as it looks like once again we will be going green with less than 7 laps to go. As a matter of fact, it's going to be about 5 laps to go as we're being told to look back at that wreck once again just to take a further inspection on what occurred. River Page down on pit road. We will look once again at Landon Gentry and see what just happened. Instant replay on the matter once again. We're going to take it at half speed just to get a look as Landon Gentry going to get it a bit squirrely. It looked like he did. This is going to be a bit earlier, as a matter of fact, as we take it back to the back straightaway where it occurred. Getting a final replay of the incident, and Gentry going to be right there, and the River Page machine right with him. And Page got Gentry squirrely, then Gentry comes right down. And there you have it. It's going to be 7 laps to go. Page gets into Gentry, and Gentry goes right back down, and that collects the both of them. Jacob Wilkerson still out in front with 1 lap to green, and we'll be going back green in a half lap.
You notice a recurring pattern with these wrecks here at Atlanta. Many times it seems as if the wrecks come from pushes from behind. Jason Dodonna, rather, got pushed coming out of the turn, got him loose, got him squirrely, got the entire field all riled up, and eventually just caused chaos. Chase Schaefer, bad push led to him getting in the wall with his teammate. Hopefully that doesn't happen again as we come to green with just 5 laps to go here at Atlanta Motor Speedway.
And 5 laps to go. It's actually going to be 6 laps to go. The caution got shortened, and here we go again. It's going to be Wilkerson side by side with Gavin Austin. Austin merges in. Michael Deitch leads that outside line. We're back on the move. 69 out of 75 here, and you can see Austin's there, but Wilkerson out in front once again. Lap 70 out of 75. 6 laps remain here in Atlanta, and Gavin Austin going to go right there with Jackson Carr. This looks to be a bait and switch. You know, Jackson Carr working with Jacob Wilkerson, but it's no bait and switch. Now Jackson goes way high to leave his PBR teammate out to drive for now. Wilkerson losing time. You know, Jackson wants this win for himself, but Michael Deitch going to clear him, and it's not going to be a good enough block for the man in that number 23 of Jackson Carr. Going to be able to hold on nice and steady as Gavin Austin now going to be turned with Michael Deitch involved. Austin's going to come up the track, a big wreck. My goodness, and the yellow flag's going to come out once again. We're going to NASCAR overtime, and it's going to be an NASCAR overtime in the full Send SuperSpeedway Series. Green, white, checkered, attempt number 1, and Gavin Austin gets turned to bring it out.
Yeah, that orange and green GoDaddy machine just sent it all the way down to the grass coming in the second portion of the quad oval. 3 wide there with Deitch and Gavin. Gavin holds his line. I believe that was a slightly aggressive move by Bomar there, but sends Deitch into Bomar, backfires, turns right back into Gavin, sends him straight into the outside wall.
And that's a big hit there for drivers with a lot of potential. Looks like Deitch going to be able to get it out in front. Or rather, not out in front, but in front of the wreck, to say the least. And it's going to be, of course, James Bomar involved as well. Bomar actually looks like he got away with the least amount of damage. He's in 13th so far. And all the drivers who got involved in the most part, well, they absolutely got tangled, as it's going to be James Bomar right there on the frame, and Gavin Austin involved with that one as it's going to be 4 laps to go. It will be a green-white checker to settle the score, and it's going to be John Smith leading them to this green-white checkered. Still anyone's game as we have less than 4 to go. It will be 2 laps of green flag racing to finish this race off. Corey Lau is going to go up high, and we could go double file this time by to get it finished off.
I don't believe we've seen the end of the incidents here. Everyone knowing the laps are counting down, they don't have much time left to get to the front. They're going to try to make some aggressive moves, and aggressive moves at Atlanta have a much higher chance of turning into a car in the wall or you out of the race than it does at a place like Daytona or Talladega.
And I'd have to agree with that. A much more narrow surface with the same high speeds. Going to be more of a chance for disaster. But Atlanta also a bit harder to pass due to that lesser room. And guys getting aggressive means that wrecks are more likely to occur. 3 laps to go. The field is still not bunched up yet. We will see if they go 1 lap to green this time by. Gavin Austin getting off of pit road. Chase Schaefer there. And it looks like guys are still too far away to get this one going. So we will not go 1 lap to green this time through. Going to be a normal yellow in terms of length, and we'll have time to explain our overtime procedure. For those who don't know, those tuning in for the first time, green-white checkers in iRacing are about the same as green-white checkers in NASCAR. And we're going to have it right now. It's going to be 1 green flag lap. Then if they get to the white flag, race is official. No matter what happens, we will go from there. Jason, before we get this one going, any final thoughts?
I think we're going to have a really entertaining race coming up here. Coming to green, they're going to be aggressive. As the pace car dips down and they come to the Geico restart zone, we're green again in Atlanta Motor Speedway.
And there we go. Going to be John Smith holding up the field with Jason Dodonna. They're back in front. 2 laps to go here in Atlanta. If they make it down to the white, it's going to be over from here on out, as it's going to be Smith in front of Cooper Nash. You know Dodonna wants it. They're going to be wrecking the back already. It's going to be Connor Asbell there with Jackson Carr back of the pack. They're going to be dead back in the pack. Indeed, they were about last, and that's going to bring out the yellow either way. Yellow flag is out for the incident and about last in that pack, and they just got up to the pack there. And Jackson Carr began rolling immediately. He's going to be there with Gavin Austin. And it looks like James Bomar gets into Asbell, gets into Carr, and that's going to bring out the yellow.
The James Bomar machine not catching a break during the final laps of this race, sending it 3 wide down into the grass again. Looks like a 2-car spin before turn 1, then gets involved in an incident in the corner.
How about that? James Bomar has been a man on a mission to get in as much trouble as possible, it appears. And that number 41 not going to finish this way off the way he wants it. And it looks like now the drivers get up to the pace truck once again. And it looks like Corey Lyle's there as well. Everyone getting set. John Smith still leads. Now, Jason, I'm not able to check just yet. If you check the session information for me here, how many green-white checkers do we have? Or rather, how many attempts do we have as the maximum?
I will be honest with you, I don't know exactly where to check that.
There should be a section on iRacing that says information just to keep you intact, as John Smith still leads the way. And with Smith there out in front, trying to get a word on how many green-white checkered attempts we have. Sometimes they said to unlimited, though I do believe there is a number maximum in this series. I don't know if it's 3. I do believe it might be more than that. It might be enough to prompt some sort of aggression, some sort of anger out of these drivers to get a more exciting show. Jason, before we get back to it, do you have the information? If not, how are you feeling about this race? As we have a great crowd so far, and if you guys are enjoying the action, make sure to like and subscribe. We're 2 subscribers away from the big 800. Your support has meant the world to us so far, and we promise to keep delivering as this season goes on, and we will get on to it. Cooper Nash was a supporter in chat. Jason, what's the word?
Looks like we have 8 green-white checkers for this race here. James Bomar dipping down in a pit lane after that incident. John A. Smith, aka Floppa, leading the pack in caution here. Now, we don't see Floppa leading very many laps, but when he does, he's sure to be a threat at the end.
And it's all about execution for John Smith. We've seen him out in front. Whenever he's up front, he's able to capitalize on it. But usually you're right. He does lay back in the pack most of the time. He did get wrecked at Daytona. Went off the bumper of driver there at Talladega. Almost came up with a victory. It was a very close photo finish. But it just didn't work out then and there. It's Dodonna. It is Floppa, and this is our second of 8 green-white checkered attempts before we get back to the show in the Wendy's Biggie Bag 180 kilometer, a big show on the way, so let's get into it as the pace truck going to go off this time by. And John Smith there with Jason Dodonna, the pace truck off this time through. Let's go at it. It's going to be a 24 on the 48 out in front, and they're going to lead us into the Geico restart zone. Once again, let's go racing. Green-white checkered attempt number 2. If they make it to the white, this will be it, and we are out in front. Once again, led by the number 48 machine. They're still going to double file there. No wreck out of turn 1, and they're able to make it, but they make it 3 wide. Michael Deitch going to be up high, and he's going to get shuffled out of line immediately. This could be detrimental. Even if it is not a wreck, it could be big time, as River Page now getting a big push from Chase Schaefer. Gonna have to mind your aggression already. They're gonna be 3 wide. Gavin Austin gonna take it up high just a bit on Jacob Wilkerson, and now they're gonna be able to come with 1 lap to go here in the final race of Atlanta's new configuration. It appears something might be done after this one, but enjoy it while it lasts. John Smith leads as Corey Lyles gonna take him all the way down to the apron, and now Lyles has the edge as we have 1 lap to go, and they're all filing him out on the inside line. New race leader Corey Lyles. They're gonna be 3 wide there. Chase Schaefer is with his teammate in River Page. Teammates are executing right now as they're gonna be side by side. Big wreck gonna be the number 20 machine gonna go around. James Bomar, Jackson Carr, Connor Asbell as Sean Rowe being pushed by River Page. This is going to be the push of death or the push of life. Rowe going to be coming to the inside line. River Page there. They're going to make contact, and they're going to be side by side. A big turn, but Sean Rowe gets it by 39 thousandths of a second. He's your winner with trials and tribulations. Unbelievable finish. And
Well, that finish sure was pretty entertaining there. The 99 of Chase Schaefer pushing River Page all the way to the line. They get into the side of Sean Rowe. Sean Rowe wins it while being wrecked.
And we are going to take a much closer look at that finish. Sean Rowe getting such a push out of the final segment of the racing circuit there, and you can see it was a man on a mission, River Page, there as well. And as they come down to the stripe, you can see Page pushes Rowe down and in, and this is, desperation, and he gets side by side. Schaefer gives him that tap, but by that point, it's all one for the man in the 99. He executes perfectly, and the teammates not able to get it done. PBR out on top. Once again, I think they're 3 for 3 in this series so far.
PBR, of course, having some of the best superspeedway teamwork in all of iRacing. Their cars, if I believe it is Sean Rowe, Floppa, Jacob Wilkerson, as well as others, work so well together with the pushing, the strategy. There's nothing else they could have done better this race.
And certainly is. It's going to be Sean Rowe as we go through our race results in front of River Page and Chase Schaefer, second and third. Corey Lyles comes home in fourth, and Jacob Wilkerson finishes in P5. Jonathan Leisure, sixth. Cooper Nash in seventh, as John Smith rounds out in eighth, and Jason Dodonna finishes in the ninth spot. Then it's going to be Gavin Austin, position number 10, and it's going to be Michael Deitch in 11th, Skylar Harrod in 12th, and Beaver Serrano in 13th, as Daniel Moore's in 14th. Connor Asbell going to be in position number 15, as Landon Gentry and Jackson Carr round out the drivers who finish on the lead lap. From there on out, it's going to be James Bomar 18th. Then your retirees and CJ Allman, Nate Wilson, and finally Cash Culp, Joaquin Stewart, Carson Freeman, and Ethan DeWeldy. And Sean Rowe able to get it done on top of the field tonight. A finish to remember, and you're the one who comes home position number 1. How do you feel after this one?
That was a crazy race, man. I don't know. I just really was going into that last restart. I was like, I got to take every opportunity I got, and I did, and it helped me a lot. But yeah, I got really unlucky early on. I didn't have a fast there for like the last 25 laps, so I kind of just sat at the back for a little bit. But yeah, that was just insane. Great fun race.
And certainly an absolutely fun one to watch. 2 overtime attempts, a lot of action in anticipation for that final run. And you were able to get it done even though teammates were coming at you at the end. And how do you calculate those maneuvers to get up to the top of the board at the end?
Well, yeah, I saw Floppa wanted the outside lane on the restart there. So when I was up there, I was like, yeah, I got to kind of just stick with this for a while. And then I got clear inside in 3, and I was like, I got to take this. And I just followed the runs really in front of me. And then Lyles left the inside open on the backstretch. And I was like, I was thinking about locking on with him, but I was like, I got to take this. And I did. And then luckily River went with me. He's really who decided to win there for us, because if he pushes Lyles, Lyles wins. If he doesn't, I win. And I knew if I just protected that bottom and took it all the way down to the inside coming to the line, I knew I could get it.
And how about that? Able to get it done at the end of the day. Jason, any questions for the man who comes out on top of the board?
John, that's your second win in 3 races this season. I want you to describe to the audience the method, how you work with your teammates over there at PBR, how you guys are so dominant at these superspeedway races.
I think a lot of the PBR mantra with all the team members and how we work about it is we always work together. We always want to help each other. I think superspeedway, as you see with like Colleague in real life in Xfinity, that just really helps you win, because if you got friends out there who can work with you, you can stay up front. And I think that's what we do most of the time. This one was a little hard to do because it's so chaotic. And we got up there for a few laps, and I was just like, I just want to take this, have some fun with it. And luckily, I got there at the end after most of them got wrecked out, and big wrecks there near the end.
There certainly were some big wrecks. Well, congratulations, Sean Rowe, on your second win of the full Send SuperSpeedway Series.
Thank you.
And how about that? Sean Rowe coming home top of the board here tonight. Let's get the man who finished in the second spot. Now that man, well, it's going to be position number 2, of course, in River Page, and we will get him in right here and right now. River Page, second on the board tonight, number 18 machine. Of course, 18 on timing and scoring, but position 2 overall. So how was it toward that tail end of the run, and were you able to capitalize and come for the back to get into the podium?
Oh, yeah, I mean, like I said, the first time you pulled me in here was just like staying alive, and even though we got involved in some wrecks, as long as I would get with Schaefer, I knew we could go to the front, and we restarted like 6th and 7th on the outside lane with 2 to go, and I just kind of led him through, and then coming off a 2 on the last lap. I don't really know what happened. Just the gap opened up, and like I was watching the stream. You know, like Sean and Lyles were gonna win depending on who I pushed, and so just went bottom with Sean, and then I tried to go bottom of 4, but he did a really good job defending it, and just held on. I don't really think I could have gotten it maybe if I tried really hard to side draft, but yeah, I'm still happy with second. Honestly, that was a chaotic race to say the least.
And absolutely a chaotic one till the end, able to come home on top of those final 2 restarts. Now, we saw that you were involved with a lot of chaos, and that sent you to the back for the most part, but now, with a reset of mindset with those final 2 restarts, how did you just cut through with the teamwork, of course, with Chase Schaefer?
Yeah, I mean, I just knew that, like I tried to go middle both restarts. The first one, Wilkerson just kind of threw a block on me, so I wasn't really able to go anywhere, and then they wrecked. And then the second time, I was with Chase again, and we just we got up the middle, and we just kind of follow the momentum. There's always a little bit of a stream to follow, especially at this track, because of how the momentum is. You can get huge runs, and so just kind of followed my way through, followed everyone else, and then they got dispersed on the last lap, and so just tried to get to the front, really aggressive moves, and it worked out.
And indeed, it did work out for you there. Now, the remainder of the season is going to be on its way. Now, I do believe our next race will not be points paying race. Now, I'll keep you in touch on that one. I don't believe it is. It is?
No, I don't think it is. I'm pretty sure it's the All-Star race.
It's the All-Star race, yes,
the
it
Street
is.
Stocks race.
Actually, no, it's going to be a Street Stock race, but it will be points paying. So, at Michigan, how's it going to be managing that?
Oh boy, yeah, the Street Stocks are fun. That's gonna be. I don't know if anything can top this combo with this group of guys, but that will be sketchy. So I'm gonna just do the same thing I did here, just be aggressive, get up in front of with the wrecks, and try and keep the same mindset when we're in the pack.
And absolutely, now, Jason, gonna hand it off to you. Any final thoughts to cap this one off? Any further questions for Jason? And of course, after that, any final thoughts for you, River?
Nothing that you haven't covered, David. I believe this was a very entertaining race overall. River Page, congratulations on your podium finish. And I believe there's nothing else to cover.
And there we have it, River. Anyone you'd like to thank?
I just would love to thank my my husband Chase Schaefer for giving me some great pushes on the last 2 laps. He's a great driver.
And there we have it, River Page comes home in second. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
And for audience discretion, they're both like 15. Chase Schaefer not available for comment here, so we're not going to be able to get him in for third. But he did come home right there with his teammate in River Page. And there you have it, a great race. And Sean Rowe comes out on top. From Jason Beckman and David Kreutz to the broadcast booth, we thank you all. And Jason, well, we're done with interviews. Anything you'd like to add?
I think there's nothing else that could be said about this race besides the obvious wrecks, chaos, and great finish of today's Atlanta Motor Speedway race.
And certainly it did indeed come out with a great finish. Thank you all for stopping by. 800 subscribers. We've hit it live. Thank you all for your immense support in the channel. It means the world. We could not do it without you. And we hope to grow from here on out. This has been the Wendy's Biggie Bag 180 kilometer. And we thank you all once again. And we hope to see you whenever we are live on FTN. We'll be back in a few hours. Stay tuned. And we hope you enjoy when we return.